So, Matt Walsh and many other conservatives are coming around to my arguments that I've made within the exact first day, pointing out that this is not about the Dovakin, that this is not about the woman with the thunderous voice, but instead it's about cancel culture and people being tired of it. It has gone on for more than 7 years now. And when you take a look back and you look at the society, you have to wonder, like, did it make America a better place? Did call-out culture improve society? Did singling out random individuals on the street that through various impulses acted irrationally and then they got fired for it or they got punished for it by the mob, did it actually help at improving society? Did the mob itself benefited for it? Did they get dopamine? Did they get a hard-on? Is it like a new fetish to go on the internet and find a random individual out of 350 million people in the United States and just find them that do random stuff on the streets so that we can then demand their livelihoods to be ruined? And the answer is, yeah, like, this is the only people who benefit. It's the mob. And more importantly, it's the activists. Like, the activists are receiving donations, that they're enriching themselves by doing it. And so, this wouldn't be a problem if it actually improved society. And when you look at the final numbers, when you look at the data, you notice that, well, actually, society now is far more racist than it used to be 7 years ago. And so, like, all these tactics have to be put under question. And so let's listen to what Matt Walsh has to say.
This is the most devastating attack on cancel culture that we have seen.
I think this is the main reason. I think this is why they're so livid. They're not upset about this chick because she's getting away saying the N-word. Like, black people and PewDiePie also get away with saying the N-word, and the people are less fuming about it. The reason they're upset is because you're taking away their entertainment and having the mob get pitchfork and torches and persecute another citizen. That is good dopamine, especially in the age when Hollywood is shit. And secondly, you're threatening the activists. Like, the activists have to eat. You need to understand this, that they need to make $1. You're taking away their money. You're depriving the activists of cash. You're taking away the grift. And this is why they're so livid about it.
Possibly ever. Shiloh Hendricks has, without really trying, effectively ended cancel culture. As Mark Dice said in his video about the incident, Shiloh is the final boss of cancel culture.
So I don't think she ended cancel culture, although, like, going after something with the N-word is probably the way to do it, because that is the baseline. That is the foundation of American cancel culture. Like, the idea that there is a word in the English language which you cannot say. There is no context in which can be said. There is no individual case where you can say it. There is absolutely no way you can say it on the internet without the algorithms deranking you or censoring you. Like, there is no other language on planet Earth that censors a word regardless of context. When human speech, when human dialogue is literally built around context, and you're saying, well, this word can't be used. And then you end up, with this weird, childish thing where people, instead of saying it, they say the N-word. So, like, they say, they used to do this with the word fuck. Like, again, it's an American puritanical concept. Doesn't have any equivalent in any other language on earth. But the way you say the word fuck, right? Like, you would say the F word, but, like, in your mind, you're saying fuck. You're meaning to say it, right? So you say the F word. The person hearing it knows that you're saying the word fuck, but they also say the F word. Like this is so childish. It's like, talking as if mommy is in the room, and it doesn't allow us to curse. And we have to pretend that there is no circumstance where you can say these words. Well, what if I have a bot on Discord? And I want to ban people who say the N-word? Don't I have to fucking type it in? Also, apparently there is a context where you're allowed, right? What if I want to report the news? Now I'm talking about this shit. I have to censor myself because otherwise the YouTube algorithm is going to censor it for me. Now I can't talk about it, right? Even though this is national news, it's national headlines. Even I from Romania heard about it. Oh, I can't talk about it because we have to pretend that we're childish. We have to pretend that we're dumb. Why are we doing this? To protect cancel culture. And you gotta do it on the internet. You know, in real life, it's a different thing. But like on the internet, there's algorithms, there's bots, there's AI. They just derank your video, then no one hears it. And if you say it and no one hears it, did you really have said it? But regarding this destroying cancel culture, I don't think it has yet, because they're already moving in order to debank an entire payment platform for allowing this. I just want you to understand the levels of censorship we're at, right? So like if you have just a normal platform, a website, where people can gather money and you want to not play favorites, you don't want to do politics, you know, like as long as people follow the law, like let them gather money. No, you can't do it. Why? Well, first of all, you're censored by the government. And the government usually censors based around things that are somewhat common sense. You know, like don't allow people to fund terrorism, yada, yada, yada. You know, don't allow them to fund scams. Don't allow them to fund criminal activity. You know, okay, fine, that's reasonable, right? But it's still censorship. Like, you still now need to have a team dedicated at going on the website and making sure that no one is doing that. It's not very easy. It's actually expensive, but all right. Fine. You know, so you gotta censor based on that. You also gotta censor to make sure that there's no scams. Again, all this censorship costs money, right? It means that not everyone can make these websites. It's not so simple. In 2016, it was more simple. Now it's a lot more difficult. So you got censorship from the government. You gotta censor from your own company in order to make sure that people don't run scams, right? Because it increases the prestige of your website if no one does scams on there. But now you need to censor on behalf of the activists. Now you need to censor on behalf of the payment processors. Like, why do we as a society have to constantly live under censorship after censorship after censorship? And the argument that I hear is like, oh, well, you know, we censored this. Like, why can't we censor that? It's like, yeah, but why is that your way of thinking? Just because we censor some things, why must we expand it like a fucking bureaucracy? Why can't we censor the bare fucking minimum? Now, I pointed out that there's like a couple of other campaigns that are raising money for things that I disagree with. Like for instance, even in this situation, there's a campaign raising money so that when this woman moves, because apparently that's why she's trying to raise money now. She's trying to raise money to make sure that she can move house because people are threatening her and she wants to move to someplace else. So, like, there's another campaign in order to fund Somalians to move after her, right? So, like, when she decides to move into a new neighborhood, there will be people that dox her, that stalk her, and then they will help a couple of Somalians to move in her area. I wouldn't say that GoFundMe should be the platform, even though I find that thing to be incredibly repulsive. And, like, imagine if a black person just wanted to move, for whatever reason. Or a Jewish person, right? Like a Jewish person happens to live amongst a lot of liberals that are free Palestine and they're being aggressive, they're threatening him and stuff, and the Jewish person wants to move somewhere else, and then you have like this campaign in order to bring liberals to his neighborhood. Do you think like the media would find it funny or hilarious? No, right? Would they ask for the platform to be taken down? Well, absolutely. But I don't think so. I don't think like platforms should be taken down. I don't think that platforms should be constantly moral actors and decide for society in an undemocratic way which campaigns should be allowed and shouldn't be allowed if they're legal. The only reason a campaign should be taken down is if it's getting a takedown notice from a judge. Whatever happened with rule of law? Whatever happened with the concept that you should be allowed to run your business any way you see fit unless you get a court order? Is that like an awful society? Is that like a horrible place to live in? Is this one better? Is this one, you know, where some random chick from a company decides that, no, actually, you're not allowed to do this? Is that freedom, you know? Like, do we get to also decide for her? Are there certain things that we get to say, no, you're not allowed to do this?
Or maybe rather the final boss that cancel culture has to fight. And I think that's right. And this is the part that many conservatives seem to be missing. All they see is that this woman said something bad and is now getting rewarded for it. The whole thing is so unsavory that they can't help but recoil. And yeah, it is unsavory. You wish that Shiloh had said or done something that we could affirmatively defend. That would be...
No, actually, I don't want her to have said something that we can defend. I'm thinking it's amazing that she said something which we can't defend specifically. Because if you defend this, then you defend everything else. Because I have seen like so many cases on the internet, so many cases where people actually didn't do anything and still got canceled by the mob. And like all those cases wouldn't even have come up if we defended shit like this to begin with. Because at the end of the day, what she did isn't illegal. And it doesn't mean that I have to morally agree with it in order to defend it either. The best example that I give is